right, guys. All right, today we're going to talk to the team at DeGem. So let's hop in their voice chat right now. Hey,
That is
what's
awesome.
up,
What's up, boys?
guys? Hey, sorry I had to get all the links and stuff set up. So sorry I was a little late. This is kind of what I do. I actually let me do my screen share real quick, and then I'll explain. Screen one, share. There we go.
Uh-oh.
All right, is it working? We good?
Hello?
Perfect.
Love it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So introduce yourself.
All right,
to the
guys.
community, and let's jump in.
Yeah, well, thank you first off for having me. This is actually a project I've been holding since like day one of launch. I've been really excited about it ever since I first heard about it. But we'll get to that. First, let me just tell you what I do. So, I run a channel and a Twitch stream called breakLoose Gaming, and what we do at breakLoose is we cover pretty much every DeFi project that my community sends me. We go through and we review it live on stream, and then I kind of segregate them into potential projects, solid projects, and like scammy projects, the ones that I don't have a good feeling about. And we go through those together on stream, and then kind of do a review system live. And then the ones that I really like, I make YouTube videos about and try to like really get involved in their communities and get my community involved as well. So that is kind of the idea behind breakLoose Gaming is, well, okay, the thing I say in pretty much the end of every video is, I'm going to help you break loose of the 9 to 5 grind so you can do what really matters in life.
Which is playing video games for a living.
And that's my little jingle.
I like your little jingle.
It's really cool that we live in a time where technology is allowing us, through the blockchain system, to make money playing games. Like literally just putting an investment that would otherwise either sit in the bank or just be spent like anywhere else. Now you can put it into an investment and make a percentage of your investment every day on a lot of different games. So yeah, I'm really excited about that kind of stuff. But I actually am more interested, and I know you guys wanted to know what I do, so there was that. But I'm more interested in my community knowing about DeGem. I do have a link in my Discord for DeGem where I get all the DeGem announcements and stuff that auto-fill there. But I haven't had time to really do a review on you guys, and I would love to, I don't know, take this opportunity to talk to you and get your community involved in my community. Yeah. So
That was my son that just followed you, by the way.
Oh, really? Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Oh, welcome to Break Loose. Let me do the thing. Welcome to Break Loose Gaming, guys, where I'm going to help you break loose of the 9 to 5 grind so you can do what really matters in life, which is playing video games for a living. Okay, that's out of the way.
I love it, man.
Awesome. He loved it.
All right. So yeah, it's this is a launch platform, correct?
Yeah, so DGem really started, JLat is one of the DGem founders. He's in the chat. Say what's up, Jay.
How's it going?
What's up?
So JLat and me and a few other people, we got together about, gosh, Jay, what's it been, like almost 9 months ago? And we've launched like about, I think we're coming up on month 3 months ago, but we had met for about 5-6 months before that, really just kind of building the community, building what we wanted to do. And really, if anyone is into crypto and they remember like 9 months ago, everything was all about like passive income. I mean, it still is now, but it was like rewards tokens, right?
Yeah.
A buddy that checked in on HODL, his bag went up to like 900,000, and he was claiming 30 BNB a day.
What?
Right? So,
wow. Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah, which is crazy. And at the time, BNB was around like $500.
I was actually, I had a little bag of HODL. I sold it like maybe a month or two ago, but yeah, I had some HODL for a while.
Yeah, it was claiming 15 grand every 24 hours.
That is
But
unreal.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There's a lot of money to be made in crypto. However, the issue with a lot of rewards tokens is that they're unsustainable, and the reason they're unsustainable is they do. I'm not trying to hate on anybody if they're running a project that has a rewards token or anything like that. They do a little bit feel like a Ponzi scheme in the sense that you know, the more and more people come in, those buys and sells then get rewarded to the people that were here,
Yeah, the
you know,
bottom
before
feeds the
then,
top.
and the bottom feeds the top. But the issue with that, but I mean, you could virtually say that all of crypto is like that, right? So there's that fine line, right? But the issue is that it's just unsustainable because we all know that every chart in the world never pumps up and to the right for the rest of the duration of the project. You have corrections. In fact, if it's always pumping up and to the right, the faster and the harder that pumps up and to the right, the quicker the thing's gonna fucking fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, at the end of the day, what we were looking at is how could we take this whole idea of like sustainable, you know, passive income and be a part of something like that. And so what we did was we said, well, let's start with an exchange first, and then we'll create a token. So what happens is if you buy the DGem token in March this year, we're going to release the ability for people to start claiming from the exchange volume.
Yes.
You get 50% of the profits from the exchange are rewarded back to the token holders. And look, our volume is not super high now. We've thrown some numbers out there, like to give someone an idea. If you bought like a 1% bag and we were able to attain, like, say, the $25 million worth of daily volume, which sounds like a lot of money, but I mean, one single project coming off of our launchpad trading on the DGem exchange that generates $800,000 to $1 million worth of volume, your highest level of volume is going to be in your first, you know, 24, 48 hours until something new comes out or it starts pumping or whatever. It's really not that hard to believe that you could get to 25 million in daily volume, but not just off of launches. We are not handling our own liquidity. We're routed through Pancake. So you can trade any of your favorite tokens on BSC, you know, through our exchange. And so we created an exchange, we created a charting system, a swap page, a token scanner, and then we created a launch pad, and then we created a staking platform. And really, it's kind of like this behemoth type project where it's a long-term type project where each day we gain more and more incremental gains, but it's a whole well thought out ecosystem
All right,
that
hold
seeks
on.
to reward the holders.
Gem Master, that's a lot to cover real quick. So did you
Yeah,
say you actually started with the exchange first and the charting?
yeah, yeah. We had the exchange dev for like 2 months before we even really had a token.
Okay, that's news to me because I actually didn't find the exchange and the charting and all that until relatively recent. Well, not recently. I guess maybe a month or so ago. But I found the token first, which is
Right,
funny.
right. Well, and the token serves as like an attractor, right? You're buying an asset, you know, you're buying into a project, and really what the token has turned into and will people will see over time, what it will turn into is it's kind of like you're buying a piece of the pie. But
Okay,
like with tokens you do that, however, with a token, if you just buy a token and there's no other streams of revenue coming in that are being shared, then basically your profit comes from that liquidity pool.
got it,
And one
got
of
it.
the things that's unique about our project, and we've seen it even with like, you know, the crash, and even over the past few weeks as BNB took a dump, we were actually pumping, is that like people don't, by and large, people don't have the urge to sell the token because it gives them access to so many other things.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So yeah, so that's kind of like the vibe is not only can you create a new price floor by incentivizing your people to hold, but also can they end up making more money by holding than they could by selling, no matter what the market cap of the token is.
Yes.
So, like for example, we're not held hostage to the token price. In fact, some of our holders are like, I wish the token price would go down, because the more of our supply you hold, the more of the piece of the pie of the exchange
Sure,
volume you
sure.
get.
Yeah.
And there's some secret stuff we're working on too, some alternative streams of revenue that will tie into the ecosystem too. But we want to keep the whole community centered around, we have to get our exchange out there, we have to shill our bag, but the way we shill our bag isn't just our token, it's by actually going out there and installing our Telegram chart bot in other Telegrams. So we have a guy on our team that has approached, and this isn't like a BS number. He's approached 70 other Telegram groups, and they've all said yes to, as soon as we can put our chart bot in their Telegrams, they would happily take the DeGem Telegram chart bot there,
So
and that will drive volume to the exchange.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. So how does that help the project by getting our chart bot in other projects? How does that help the project grow and expand and like have a little more liquidity and more volume?
Yeah, so what happens is, let's say you launched a token, right? You go into your Telegram. Some of these Telegram chart bots for PancakeSwap, KuCoin, things like that. There are services where you have to pay for that, but the DGEM one is free, because all we care about is getting our brand awareness out there.
Oh wow, okay.
Right? So basically, we give you a chart bot. We are hosting a server that's driving all the speed behind it. We have our own dedicated server that's like caching the blockchain. Right now it's indexing the blockchain because everything's been downloaded. And so basically you get really high speed transactions to our exchange, and you get high speed data coming through. So we'll give you a chart bot. You can put your own contract into it. So if you're a Telegram owner, or say for right now it's just Telegram, but we'll eventually move over to Discord, different things like that. But
sure.
But like if you're a Telegram owner of a channel and you just want to follow the price of BNB, or let's say you're doing an AMA on a group, and we're talking with a few different lounge owners, where during the live AMA, if it's an existing project, it's easy enough to just go slap the contract in to your Telegram chart bot as the owner of your channel, and just copy and paste their contract in, and people can be trading that token live while they're vibing with the AMA. Right? If you're launching,
nice.
You get a free Telegram chart bot that shows you price when people just tap /price. So you start getting that out there to 70, 80, 100, and we're creating a plan right now to get into 1,000 Telegram groups. And we're actually creating like a financial incentivization for people to help get us in Telegram groups. Then that's where you actually get A, free advertising, and B, you're providing a service for people that they need in every Telegram. So that's a mass need that everybody needs. You're giving it for free. But then also on top of that, when it says at the bottom of the chart bot, it says chart or it says buy. When you click the buy button or even the chart button, it takes you to our exchange where you can then trade on our exchange.
And that's what I just showed you guys. If you're following along on stream, I just did that in the Telegram, and you can see right here it pops up with this little field here, and you can click chart, and it'll bring you directly to the page that I'm on, the DGEM exchange. So that is cool.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click, for the people that are watching the video, I'm going to click on your link, and I'll screen share it from my side so we can share the bandwidth
awesome.
here.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Power.
It might be a little delayed what you're hearing and what you're seeing. That's just because it's streaming, but
I won't bring through the audio, but yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me click on this, and then I will screen share this. But I mean, that's just like one element of it. We also have a launchpad. We have a network that we're calling DGEM Preferred, where we're networking with the different lounge owners in the space, and we're actually incentivizing them that if they push good projects to us, we'll give them a portion of the total fee, the total money collected. We have a fee, an 8% fee of total funds raised. We will give a portion of that back to the lounge owners for bringing good projects to us.
Oh, nice. And that's also related to how the project works in general for just investors, right? Like the more DGEM you're holding, the more of the 1% of the revenue?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be anything. You could buy 0.25. You could buy, whatever you wanted. But yeah.
Wait, explain that part. What do you mean it could be whatever you wanted?
Well, I mean, you don't have to buy 1%. You can buy any, like you could put a couple grand in right now, right? And then that will give you a portion of the supply. And it's that portion of the supply that you hold that when you go to claim each week, you get to claim a portion of the pool based off of the percentage of the supply that you hold.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get what Roy's asking. Were you asking how much, like what the fee is on the exchange and how much the holders get?
Yeah. So I wasn't worried too much about the fee, but just how it's allocated to, like, in my understanding, it was the more DGEM you hold, the more of the 1% that's allocated to holders you get. Is that not the case?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So 50% of that 1% fee that we charge on the
Yeah.
exchange, just
Yeah.
like most exchanges charge like around a 1% fee,
Sure.
um, we go ahead and split that in half, and half of it goes back to different parts of DGEM to build out our utilities further, and the other half goes out to all the holders. So 50% of that 1% fee is evenly dispersed among all the
Oh.
holders
Okay.
based upon the percentage of token that you hold.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
more percentage of a token that you hold, the more exchange volume you get.
And that's for every project that launches on DGEM's platform, correct?
That is no, that is anything listed on PancakeSwap, period, on BSC that's trading
Yes.
on our exchange.
So anytime somebody swaps a token on that exchange, um, there's a 1% fee that's charged, and then that's where it
Oh.
comes from. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So that really opens up the possibilities. So like the more attention we get on this project, the more people are using the exchange, the more the people currently holding benefit from that. That's amazing.
Exactly, exactly. So if you look at like PancakeSwap, right, and their fee is 0.25, they don't have charts, they don't have some of those other things. When they first started out, they had pools and farms, which that's another element to our ecosystem that brings in more volume and more trading. They had pools and farms, and they were one of the first major DeFi kind of like swaps. And I mean, at all time high, during the bull cycle last year, they were bringing in $9 billion worth of volume a day,
Oh my
right?
goodness.
And
Even right now, it's like 2 billion.
and just
Wow.
just just to add on that as well, like the liquidities we're routing through PancakeSwap, so you can trade anything what's obviously available. What's got liquidity added to PancakeSwap.
And
So
can you provide liquidity for this project through PancakeSwap right now?
Well, no, 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 no. The way it works is like, so there's two types of exchanges, right? There are the types of exchanges out there that they provide the liquidity. That's what PancakeSwap is doing. They're providing the
Oh, okay,
liquidity.
okay. All right.
But
Hey,
for us to remain truly DeFi, we don't handle any of the securities. We are basically tapped into the database of PancakeSwap, which means and most tokens launch through PancakeSwap, right?
okay.
So because it's the most popular liquidity provider
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as exchanges.
Well,
So it
that's
means anything like if your buddy has a token that he's launching next week and he doesn't have to come to DGEM to get permission or get us to handle his liquidity. It literally means you can buy anything on virtually anything in DeFi that's using PancakeSwap. And if people trade it through our exchange, that's volume to our exchange that goes back to the holders.
okay. So I guess here this is a good segue then into the DGEM exchange. First off, I do see I have a first time chatter in the stream. His name is Crypto696, and he says, "How do I follow?" So, good sir, you press the follow button. Thank you for chatting. And let's see here. If when it comes to the exchange, you guys, um, what what about DGEM's exchange is going to be beneficial for people to use over something like PancakeSwap or something else like ViperSwap or something like that?
Yeah. So like with PancakeSwap right now, there's they're just started implementing charts, but it doesn't quite work the same way as like a PooCoin chart does. So
Hmm.
basically, we've taken the best of both worlds from PooCoin and Pancake, and we've merged those things together. So you have not just a basic swap, but also a charting system. And then, one of the features I feel like a lot of people don't quite like, they sleep on it, and it's a really simple one. Right where your cursor is right now, you can see the active live price of Binance, ETH, or Bitcoin, like in
Uh-huh.
real time, right?
Yeah.
And so when you start looking at that, it's like you can be trading something else and you can be seeing what's happening with Bitcoin, what's happening with BNB,
Yeah,
right?
the
Which
information's
affects
all
all
right
of them.
there.
Yeah. The other thing is that we have a contract scanner. So if you go to the far right of your stream where it says scan, there's a little button that says scan. And if you click that scan button, there's three purple buttons on the right hand side at the top. If you
Uh-huh.
click that scan, that's going to scan the contract of the current contract you're looking at.
Huh.
It's going to tell you if it's a honey pot. It's going to tell you if there's a max sell limit,
Wow.
buy and
God,
sell
that's incredible.
PAs.
You guys, this is doing all the work that I've been doing the hard way.
Yeah, so like for example, and like take this for example, right? You're a streamer, right? You now
Yeah.
have a bag of DGem. You're helping people look at things. So now this is a utility that someone like yourself can come in and you can show, and you're shilling your own bag, but
Yes.
B, at the same time you're doing something that is helping people, and it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? And the
You
more and
guys.
more utilities that we add that solve problems for people out there in the BSC space, the more people buy in and they go, oh my gosh, the more volume I send to this, the more money I'm going to be making. This is totally different than buying a token
This
and
is
getting your buddies to buy in so they can be exit liquidity.
this is like
You know what I mean?
the most
This is
self-sustaining uh like roadmap I've ever seen come to fruition. This is amazing stuff, you guys. I had no idea it was this in depth. I just was like, yeah, this is a really good launch platform that gives you a percentage of all the stuff that comes through it, and that was kind of my basic understanding of it. I knew it was a bit more complicated than that, but I'm so glad I did this because I was already excited about DGem. Now it's I just climbed to like my like top 3, bro. This is awesome.
well, if you click on the Gem Cave on the far left hand side, I'll show you the staking platform so
Yeah, I've
people can have a look
actually
at that.
got quite a bit. Well, most all of my
Nice.
DGem is staked in here.
I love it. Cool. So we're getting to see like in real time, like what's going on. So we've got these 4 pools. We've got
Oh, you got 2
three
new
pools
ones
in
since
one
I
farm.
looked.
Yeah, yeah. And so guess where these come from? Through the launchpad. When we have
Ah.
projects that launch off of our launchpad, we tell them that they can either provide tokens for their holders to hodl and not sell, which helps stabilize their charts. They can do
Okay.
that through a pool. Or if you pair BNB with their native token and that project wants to do it, then what it means is that they can provide liquidity. So right now, $93,000 of our liquidity is provided by our holders, but we're rewarding them back with a higher APY of our own native token, which, by the way, our native token isn't just a token you buy and you sell because that's the only way you can make money. You're earning a token that gets you even more exchange volume
Hmm.
and rewards, right? Does it make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. That's
Right?
amazing.
So the goal is over the next 2 months to get 10, 20, 30 different pools and farms in here. Now, the cool thing is when people are pairing liquidity here, where does that volume go through? It goes through our exchange. And so
Hmm.
then that then creates more sustainability for our holders. When you start getting 20, 30, 40 pools and farms, and you get some projects that have $1 million, $2 million worth of worth of locked value, sometimes 20, 30 million worth of locked value in there, all that volume went through the exchange, right? And
Yeah.
so there's that element of
So
it.
how many other projects have gotten privy to this kind of thing? Because I mean, I've heard of staking and providing liquidity, but not in a way where it's kind of like a circle jerk for the project. Not to put it
Right.
very, yeah. So
Exactly.
like this is kind of unprecedented as far as I know. At least I haven't heard of anyone else doing this way.
Yeah. So like basically the way it works is I like win-win-win scenarios. I like it when the holders win.
Hmm.
I like it when the project that is staking on the platform wins, and I like it when our project
Just
wins.
for everybody that doesn't know, that's also an Office reference. Win win win. But continue.
Yes. Yes. Um so basically what happens is like let's say you're an existing project right now. You don't want to do any you don't need to launch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Our platform, our devs, like for this platform, their dev cost is like 20 grand. Plus we have 3 certic audits, right? If you add all of that up, and we're monitored through Skynet, if you add all of that up, it's about a 60 or a 70 grand platform.
Okay.
You could come to us tomorrow. You know, obviously there's a little bit of a criteria and onboarding process, but in essence, you could come to us tomorrow and you could say, you know what? I want to stabilize my chart a little bit. I want to reward my token holders for hodling while we're in this bear market, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We go, okay, cool. How much of your percentage of your supply do you want to give over? Oh, I want to give over 0.5. I want to give over 1% from the marketing wallet or reserves wallet or dev wallet or whatever. We go, okay, we take 15% of whatever you give us, and we reserve those for DGEM holders, right? And they, as holding our token, any new pool that comes on, whatever new pool comes on. So Disco Burn token has a new pool for their people, and there's 270 grand worth of tokens that their people have brought into that pool to be rewarded in more tokens. Well, we also are rewarding their token to our holders. So our holders win, their project wins, right? And our project wins because
Awesome.
we're onboarding more and more people into our ecosystem.
All right. Hey, Crypto696 figured it out. Thank you for following, man. All right. So as far as staking and providing liquidity goes for the DGEM project, say I've got DGEM BNB paired, and I get the liquidity token, and I deposit it. What are the fees? It says that there's no taxes going in and out. However, there would be a tax on tokens when creating LP pairs. So say I want to take my I want to claim my rewards so far, not unstake, but just claim from providing liquidity, and then I want to make more LP tokens. Is it worth it to do that, um, like once a week, or what? Like, have you guys figured that out?
Yeah, I would do it like once a week myself. It's a personal preference because you're obviously you dig whether it's one BNB or two BNB or 20 BNB that you're adding in, you're going to get that initial tax off of creating the LP pair.
Mhm.
However, if you were to unstake your DGM BNB amount, and let's say we had a new farm that popped up, and let's say a project came to us, and let's say Disco Burn came to us, and they said we don't want to do a pool. A pool is basically you stake a token for a token with no BNB. Let's say we created a farm, and Disco Burn came back to us next, in 13 days and 20 hours and said, actually, we want to do a farm. So then they go create a farm. And that farm's going to have a higher APY than a pool does because the benefit is they're getting LP provided to their project, right? So
Okay.
typically your farms have higher APYs. Well, 15% of whatever they provide for that, if you have a DGEM BNB LP token, you can literally unstake and go into that one, and there's no in and out fee. So there's that initial fee to create your LP pair, but there's
Uh,
not a fee to go in and out of the farms.
okay. And that's because you're still in the DGEM platform.
Correct.
Ha! Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome. And so, is that why the APY for the DGEM BNB pair is like way higher than the other ones because it's the initial LP creating pair?
Well, it's because whenever you're getting people to provide LP, you generally give a higher percentage to that particular farm than you would a traditional pool. So, for example, on our DGEM for DGEM, just earn DGEM with DGEM tokens, it's at 17%, but we have $484,000 worth of tokens in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people that went into it that didn't want to provide liquidity, which is fine, right? But obviously, the more people that go in, the lower it brings down the APY. But we only put 700,000 tokens in the DGEM pool, but we put 2.2 million tokens in the farm, the DGEM BNB farm.
Got
So there's
it.
more tokens for people to draw from and less people going into the pool because they don't want to provide liquidity or whatever.
Okay.
It costs more to provide liquidity.
And the fee for claiming is just whatever the BNB fee is, right? Like gas fees.
It's just the gas fee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is like
whatever
a few
BSC is charging.
pennies.
Yeah,
Okay,
so like
cool. So
sometimes
what I
10
could do
pennies.
is I could claim both the DGEM BNB farm tokens, and then I could also claim the DGEM pool tokens, and then I could throw
Hmm.
those back into providing more liquidity for DGEM BNB, and I would end up making
Yep.
more per hour or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
don't know. I mean, I guess there's risk to that, like impermanent loss and all that stuff. But right now, it seems like everything's kind of down, and it is tied. It's a BNB token, so if BNB goes up, DGEM will go up anyway, right? Or is it its
Right.
own token?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't
No,
know. It
no,
doesn't
no.
seem like there's too
Exactly.
much of a risk to do that.
So the way liquidity works is the same way it works on a contract, right? When you have more tokens in circulation and less in the liquidity pool, there's more tokens in circulation, less in the liquidity pool, right?
Yeah.
When you go deposit BNB into an LP, you receive tokens, which means there's less tokens in circulation as the LP climbs. It's the same thing with a farm. When you go in, if the price of BNB goes up, or anything like that, or even the liquidity pool, because you're in a liquidity pool, as that goes up, if you were to break the pair, you'd have less tokens when you come out, but you'd have more BNB, right?
Okay.
If it goes down drastically, you'd come out with more tokens but less BNB. That's how the ratio works, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so for me personally, I understand that people do need to know that there is the risk of impermanent loss. But for me, I've already claimed, so I put 6 BNB in about a month and a half ago, and I've already made like 9 BNB worth of tokens, in that pairing, from that pairing. So for me,
Damn.
it doesn't really matter
Yeah,
to
you're already
me
ahead.
because you make it back. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna do live for those watching on stream. I'm gonna claim from the DGem pool. Hit confirm on your MetaMask. Probably takes a couple seconds. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna provide more, get more liquidity LP tokens for DGem BNB and stake those on top of what we already have staked, so that we are getting more DGem rewards every hour or whatever it is. All right, so those are claimed, and now we claim these ones as well. Oh shit, I don't know if I have any BNB. That would be important. Yeah, I actually don't think I do. So, what you would do then is, which I will do after this stream, is
You
move some
can
stuff
click the
around.
pair. You can click the pair button, and you can show people where it will take them.
All right, so click pair, and it's going to bring you
Yeah, at
here.
the top of the card. Yeah, that will
And
take you to the DGM exchange, and it's real simple. You
this will
take
tell
your
you your
BNB.
balance of BNB, your
Yeah,
balance of DGem, and then what I always do is I just do max on the. I usually hit max on DGem, and
yeah,
then
you
it'll
can do
take
that
out of
right
my
now. Yeah,
BNB. So
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And it does like a 1-to-1, so it's like whatever 0.05322146 BNB worth of tokens is, it creates a 1-to-1 ratio of wherever it's at right now, and then you go in and you pair that liquidity, and it provides liquidity.
Hmm. That is the idea, and as you can tell, I actually don't have enough BNB right now to do that.
No, you're good, but it's cool to show people.
But that is how it works. And then you you'd come back to the gem cave, and you would then uh, go to stake, and you put those LP tokens in there, and then you just watch it tally up. And like I said, I will be doing that. I really believe in this project, and I'll just keep on stacking it on top, which is called compound interest, people, and that is very good.
Yeah. So that's like a basic kind of overlook. I mean, as we move forward, in the next like couple months, one of the main focuses that we're going to be having is on just getting our Telegram chart bot out there, getting our name known more. We're doing some deals with some different lounges and things like that, launching more projects, things like that. And as the ecosystem continues to gain more and more traction, every single day, it starts to pick up. It really does add up over time.
Yeah.
I always say it like this: who do you think makes the most money in a bear market or in a bull market? And people will say, oh, it's the people who got into Bitcoin early. It's the whales. Or, oh, it's the scammers. I hate scammers. They make so much money. Or people would
Well,
say it's
that's
the
true.
individuals. Yeah. Or people would say it's the individuals that get into crypto and they basically buy a token and then they sell it for an 80 grand profit. But I would argue that the people who actually make the most money are the exchanges, because they're making money off of everybody making money.
Sure.
So when
A
you then
percentage of
have a token,
everything that comes through them.
exactly. So really it's about getting the brand awareness and getting DGem out there. And of course, the more bullish launches that we launch, it brings more eyeballs on it. I mean, just a simple thing of like for example, a normal token would be like, okay, we're going to pay to go get an advertisement here or there. I did an AMA with Nova Bear today, and they happily posted and pinned, DGen to their community. Like that's like 600 people that just learned about DGen,
Yep.
right? And the more and more launches that you do, some of these launches are in groups of like 10, 20, 30,000 people. I don't have to pay for that advertising. They're paying to come on the platform. we're helping save them money because we don't take tokens as payment as a launch pad. And then they're happy. It's literally the most perfect definition of a win.
It's a
win.
win. Yeah, just like you said. Well, man, Gem Master, everybody. This is why I love this project, and I honestly learned a lot today. I hope you guys got some value out of this too. Is there anything else, Gem Master, you want to tell us about the project? Where you see it going for 2022? Any big plans that you have kept secret that you would love to spill the beans on right now?
Well, one of the things that we're going to be doing over the next few months, well, next month, technically, we're still in, no, we're still in January. So in March, we're going to be, and so in a couple months, we're going to be releasing the DApp where people can then start claiming from the exchange. Now, when we do that, it's not like our volume, we're not out here pitching that we're running $25 million worth of volume through it right now. And this is where we're really in a phase of educating our community that if PancakeSwap can get to $9 billion worth of daily volume off of pancakes, farming and pooling, syrup, and bunnies, we could definitely get $1 million, $2 million, $5 million worth of daily volume.
I agree.
It's not as hard as that. It's just a matter of time, right? And so as we continue to make the ecosystem more and more efficient, we get more and more pools and farms, more and more launches, more and more connections with the lounge owners and the different call groups that are then incentivized financially via our ecosystem. The more and more brand awareness we have, like, I know this sounds ultra hypey, but like, we actually have everything that's needed to take over the space.
Yeah,
We really do.
I see that. This again, this is what I've been telling people is like they have the exchange, they have liquidity, they have staking, you get percentage of everything running through this platform. It's just everything you ever have wanted in a decentralized finance world platform. And they launch other projects that you can be early investor in. So yeah, you guys do have it all, and this is what I've been shilling. But again, when you get into the details, it's even more mind blowing and more exciting because once you see how the cogs in the machine work, you have a lot more trust in the machine.
Yeah, I would say probably the last thing is like, look, a lot of projects, in my opinion, fail and the team walks away because they're constantly reliant on trading volume of their own token to come through in order to keep the team on board and everything like that. But we have all these different utilities, and not only can we make money off those utilities, but for example, in our staking platform, to get onto our staking platform as a project, if you come to us and this is like a 60 grand platform, it's 1.5 BNB. That's it, right? There's a zero in and out of these pools and farms. If it's a farm, you get that initial tax off the LP, but then after that, it's a zero staking. And there's a lot of staking platforms. You lock it up for 30 days, 60 days. I know of a token right now that you have to lock it for a year, right, to get into their token and get the rewards.
Yep.
We don't have that.
I'm
right?
waiting on something like that myself.
Right. Well, then the other thing is on our launchpad, we don't take tokens as payment from the project. So if we were to take 2-3% of your supply and we were to take that as payment, that means that when you go launch out the gate, if we did that, we are going to dump on you to get our money and our token payment. And that could be if you have like a 10 million market cap, that means we could dump like 100 grand out of your liquidity pool because we have the tokens we've been given as payment. But DeGem takes 0 tokens as payment from a launchpad perspective.
Man.
We just take an 8% flat fee.
Which makes you the most appealing, like the best guys in the business in this space.
Yeah, so not only can we make money and further like establish the team, the development of the project, and then everything's fine. It's not like we're going to disappear in 6 months. But not only are we making money, but people are happy to give the money because we're doing something good for them. And that's a very rare thing in DeFi.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's funny. There's only been a couple projects that I've really felt like really grasped the idea behind decentralized finance. And I think DeGem is one of them. I'm not going to name the other one just out of respect, but like this is what crypto is supposed to be all about, is freeing ourselves of, well, being slaves to the fiat mines, right? And the terrible like system of oppression that we live in. And this is kind of what I see building with DeGem, and it's really exciting to be a part of this project. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate you, Gem Master, explaining all that to us. And
Yeah, man,
yeah,
it's no problem, and I'm happy to have you here, and I'm glad that your community gets to see it, and I hope our community goes and gives you a like and a follow and everything like that.
yeah,
But
please do.
yeah, I
Looks like
appreciate you
it
too.
might have been a little short notice for my community. We don't have very many people in here, but they'll see it over time. I'll show it in my Telegram or my Discord as well, and throw it on all my other social links. You guys, if you click on my Twitch channel, there should be a link to all my other socials in there too. I do have a YouTube channel. I'm gonna throw this on YouTube as well, and maybe cut it up and make it a little more YouTubey for the YouTube audience. And yeah, expect to see me make a lot more as the days go on concerning content for DGEM. And thank you very much for having me on, man.
Thanks, bro. And hey, I'm happy to come and hang out in your Discord anytime. You just hit me up.
All right, cool. I will send you guys an invite, and thanks so much again, you guys. And I'll be in the chat. So you guys have a good night.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming by, Roy.
Peace out, guys. Welcome to Break Loose Gaming, guys, where I'm going to help you break loose of the 9-to-5 grind so you can do what really matters in life, which is playing video games for a living.